Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Got a lot to talk about, fam. We got this pregnant minister who is suing Circle K because of an attack against her by none other than a racist clerk. A racist clerk working in small town America? You don't say. Hard to believe. Extremely hard to believe. Also, we got Donald Trump slipping up again. You know, he loves to talk aloud and, you know, he's really bold. And oftentimes he says out loud what people say in their quiet moments. We caught him with his pants down, fam. Yeah, we caught him with his pants down. And the boy was trying to backtrack, but we got him. We got him. I'm going to show you that. Family, we also have a racist cyclist who spit on a black Amazon delivery driver. Ooh, and that boy gave him the business, left him leaking. Elon Musk, well, you know, he's maybe the richest man in the world, but he also appears to be the most weirdest man in the world. Yeah, fam. Elon was on X, where he spends most of his time just, you know, doing weirdo things. We're going to get into that. But first, let's talk about Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford has stated that he will be retiring. He is retiring from boxing, the game that gave him so much. He announced his retirement to the shock of boxing fans all over the world, including myself. You know, Terence reached the top of the mountain in September when he knocked off Canelo Alvarez. Now, it seems that where he's calling it quits, he's calling it a career, is at 38 years old. Back in the day, 38, you could see it. Hey, man, you're old man. That's an old man in boxing. And while that may kind of put you on the cusp of being an old man today, these guys fight well into their 40s and sometimes even 50s and compete on elite levels. Bud is not, in my opinion, ready to retire. I don't believe it. I do not believe he's going to retire. But he did have something to say to the people on X. This is what he wrote on X. Every fighter knows this moment will come. You must never know. You never know when. I spent my whole life chasing something. No belts, no money, no headlines. But that feeling, the one you get when the world doubts you, but you keep showing up and you keep proving everyone wrong. This sport gave me everything. I fought for my family. I fought for my city. I fought for the kid I used to be. The one who had nothing but a dream and a pair of gloves. And I did it all my way. I gave this sport every breath I had. I'm stepping away from competition, not because I'm done fighting, but because I've won a different kind of battle. The one where you walk away on your own terms. This isn't goodbye. It's just the end of the one fight and the beginning of another. It's just the end of one fight and the beginning of another. Okay. What do y'all think about that, fam? Y'all think Terence is going to go ahead and hang it up? Give me a thumbs up if you believe he's quitting for real. Thumbs down and say, nah, man, the man is on top of the world right now. He's the best in boxing. Who else gonna bring it like Terence Bud Crawford? Like, why not continue to go out there and get those millions. It's like Terence fought his entire life to get to this point, to get to the point where people respect him. He's been at the top actually for a long time. As you can see, he's never lost a fight. He's 41-0, never lost a fight. And so now he finally gets to the big fights. He gets the world respect. And he's going to quit? Homie, don't think so. Everybody who's ever won a championship knows it breeds the drive for more championships. Once you get a platinum record, man, you don't know nothing else. You're not going to go from platinum. I mean, you're not going to just get your first platinum record and say, oh, I'm done. No, there have been exceptions to the rule. But I don't think this is it. The man fought for a long time where he made peanuts compared to his record, compared to his dominance. And he finally gets on top of the world in boxing. You got to defend it now. You know, it's just like winning championships in baseball, football, or basketball. Once you win the championship, people want to know if it was a fluke or not. A fluke. They want to know if it was a fluke. They want to know that it was real. So you got to show them it was real. Oh, y'all think it's a game when it ain't? Okay, watch this. I'm going to whoop his ass again. Just, for all y'all who thought he had a chance, I'm going to whoop him again. And here's the thing. Styles make fights. Canelo Alvarez wants a rematch. He really don't want a rematch because I don't think he thinks he can win, but he wants a rematch for the pride of himself and his people. They want to see him get back out there and fight and try again. So he got to do it for pride. He has to do it for his legacy. He has to call out Terence Crawford and say, I can beat this guy. I want a rematch. Terence Crawford has to go out and get another 50 million or 75 or 100 million. Because what else is he going to do where he can make 50, 70, 100 million dollars in an hour? You know, hours worth of work. Now, granted that it takes a lot of work leading up to that hour. It takes a whole lot of hours in weeks and months leading up to that 1 hour. But 1 hour of work technically is what's on the papers. That's what's on the paper. That's what's on paper. 1 hour. 1 hour work, 50 million, 75 million, 100 million. You got to do it. Even if you're in the worst shape of your life, you got to go get in the ring for another 50 million. 75 million, 100 million. And here's the thing. Terence Bud Crawford has too much pride. He has too much pride to just get in the ring sloppy. He has too much pride to just roll over and allow somebody to win a fight. He brings heat every time he steps into the ring. It's like he said, he gave the game every breath he had. He gave it. Ooh, man, I like watching champions. The man is a real champion. I like watching champions. That championship spirit, that no quit. I'm not taking an L. If somebody take an L, it's going to be you. It ain't going to be me. Oh, man, I love that type of spirit. And some people have that spirit outside the ring. Some people have that type of spirit in business. You know, you got some hairstylists that have that type of spirit. Okay, nobody. Watch this. And then the moment of truth, when they give you the mirror, or they turn you around and let you look in the mirror, they be like, yeah, I already knew. Nobody touched me. You know, you got nurses and lawyers who feel the same way. They go about their business the same way. You got people who drive trucks, stuff like, oh, I'm absolutely going to get there on time. I'm going to make my drop. And I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna be back in the city by 5 o'clock. You know, people that has that type of mentality about taking care of their business and being the best at what they do. You can even go into the culinary world and look at how some of these chefs perform. I'm the type of person, I got a few meals on the menu I can prepare, I can cook. So like billions of people around the world, I'm a cook. I can cook. Most people can cook. But being a chef is something different. Being a chef is something different. A chef, that's a person who is into the presentation, the taste, the texture, where the ingredients came from. That's different, man. That's a whole different level. Them dudes be serious about that stuff. I got a cousin who's a chef. He's serious, like, put a little stuff and decorate. I'm like, man, I'm the food ready. I don't need no decorations, man, because I'm just gonna push it to the side. But they're serious about those decorations, man. Be spraying little stuff all around and stuff at the end when they, like the gravy or syrup or whatever, squeezing it out, or they take a spoon and that's different. That's different. Terence Bud Crawford is a pugilist. That is a professional boxer. That's the real deal. He's not just out there trying to compete. He's out there trying to dominate, put his name in the record books. Right now, there are still some people who are arguing that maybe he's the best. Well, maybe he's not the best. He wants there to be absolutely no doubt. So I do see a rematch with him and Canelo because I don't know who else can satisfy his thirst now, his hunger, for more titles or more respect. I don't know who else is out there. Benavidez, it might be something right there, but I don't know anybody else out there who could give him $100 million payday. He got to keep fighting. He got it. Man, I'm not getting all the way to the top, finally get there, and don't defend the title. I don't believe he's not going to defend his title. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I absolutely do not believe that. If this is indeed for Terence Crawford's boxing career, if this is indeed it, he retires with a 42-0 record, 31 KOs, and an argument as the best boxer of his generation. He captured titles from lightweight to super middleweight and became the second male boxer in history to earn undisputed status in 3 different classes: light, welterweight, super middleweight, and first of the sport's 4-belt era. Bud is the truth. Point blank, period. Ain't no question about it. He is the truth. But as I said, we've seen all of the greats come back and fight one more time. But this is not just fighting one more time. This is a dude who's at the very top of his career. He hasn't taken a loss. He hasn't had one of those fights where it was a big old argument about, oh, somebody else got robbed. He hasn't had those fights. He has clearly been the winner in all of his fights. I don't see him just walking away. And I think this announcement comes on the heels of him falling out with the president of the WBA, that dude who wanted $300,000 from him for the rights to be a member of the WBA. He wanted his cut, $300,000. I don't know if it was his cut or not, but Bud don't want to pay him. I think Bud is a fair guy. And for Bud to put Buddy on blast and say, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you $300,000. You crazy? I think it's something there, right? Something got to be there. So I'm Team Bud, no matter what. I'm Team Bud. I think Bud is an honorable dude. And so I'm Team Bud. I'm going to give Bud the benefit of doubt, and no matter what. He got that character equity to me. It was only a few years ago that Bud really broke through into boxing's elite. It was just a few years ago. So this is why I'm saying, I think he's going to want to feel that longer. I think he's going to want that moment to last just a bit longer. My opinion, that's all. So check this out, fam. So what we have here, family, is a failure to communicate. Left that boy leaking. That boy was leaking like a pipe, like an old raggedy pipe at a warehouse from the 1920s. Why, fam? Why is it so important to bother other people? Let me just say something. If your hatred for something gets your ass whooped, you should probably try to find something else to do. Try to find figure out a way to divert your energy, man. It ain't worth it. Why get yourself embarrassed like that and be all over the worldwide net? The whole world can see how stupid you are and how racist you are. I mean, some of y'all, I know some of y'all like that. Y'all thrive in it. Y'all like being racist. We're racist. Like somehow it's a superpower. You don't even understand it's a deficiency. In regards to what this young man did, defending himself, I ain't got no problem with that. Absolutely defend yourself. And not just that. Even though he whooped old boy good, he still should file charges against him because he was assaulted. When you spit on someone, that is assault. You can't see it on that picture right there, but he's leaking. He was leaking. Yeah. How you gonna dude, you're on a bicycle. You don't even have to, why is you messing with this man? You're on a bicycle, that means you're going somewhere. Keep going somewhere. What was so important that he had to stop and question that man about anything? Just go on about your business, man. There used to be a time when delivery drivers were spared these type of embarrassing moments, right? There used to be a time, look, I'm a racist, but sure enough, I'm racist, but I still need my stuff delivered. I need my milk delivered. I need my packages delivered, and I don't care how they get there, just get them there. So there used to be a time when Black delivery drivers were spared from these racial antics. Not always, but most of the time, right? That's the mailman. I got to get my mail, right? So I ain't going to say nothing about the race. I ain't going to say nothing about the Black man on this one, or the Black woman, because I need my mail. I got to get my income tax check, I got to get my Social Security check. Got to get my check, right? There used to be a time when you wouldn't hear about stuff like this. And very seldom do you even today hear about postal workers having to deal with something like this. There are times when they do, but seldom do you hear about postal workers dealing with this type of stuff. But those Amazon delivery drivers and those Uber drivers, DoorDash, man, they be catching hell. Those uncivilized must be giving them the blues. And I'm gonna tell you something, fam. Ain't no way I would do it. I don't give a damn. I'm not putting myself in a position where I can be hurt or I have to hurt one of these uncivilized much. Because even if they're wrong, the laws are designed to protect them. That's why they weaponize the police so quickly. Even though they're wrong, they approach you. And when it don't go the way that they want it to go, they call the police on you. If they can't win the argument, they call the police to win the argument for them. If they can't whoop you, they call the police. That's their backup. You always see them weaponizing the police. And the police go with it, not because they believe them, but because the police is being on code. The police has been mandated to police with double standards. One set of policing for these people, one set of policing for these people, no matter what. They've been mandated to not necessarily give white people the benefit of doubt, but not even question. They don't even question it. They just automatically come through and take their side. That's a mandate. Somebody said, this is how we're going to do it. It's two different ways. So this is why they do what they do. It ain't that they tough. It ain't that guys like this Cyclist is tough. It's not that he hard. It's none of that. It's because he knows that he has the backup of the police. He knows that he can weaponize the police. They not tough at all. Even the police ain't tough. The police is only tough because they got the badge and the gun and the authority. Take that away, strip that away, and they're just like they was, not all of them, but most of them are just like they were when they were in school, a nobody. A nobody that nobody cared about, nobody feared, or none of that. And this is why a lot of them joined the police department in the first place. They joined it to save their life, because otherwise they'll just go ahead and jump. They joined the police department to save their life because it energizes them. It's like it energizes them to be able to have some power over others. Now, they still can't figure out how to have power over their wife or their children, because most of them have horrible relationships with their wife and children. Yeah, horrible relationship. Oh, the divorce rate is out the roof. The kids don't respect none of that, because the kids and the wife is like, what you gonna do, arrest me? What you gonna do, kill me? Yeah, most of them have horrible relationships. Women, all of you who are dating a police officer, you might be thinking about dating a police officer. You better get out of that right now while you can. Now, again, I'm not saying all, but boy, you're going to have to be searching long and hard. You better be very careful about entering a relationship with a police officer, because most of them will weaponize the law against you in the relationship, and they'll use their buddies to cover for them. This dude right here, he trying to figure out, he got whooped up on. Dude whooped his ass so good, he was speechless. He didn't know what to say. He was just standing up there, and the other dude was arguing for him. And that's another thing. People like the other guy who walked up and injected himself into the argument, they do that by default. He don't even know what the hell is going on. All he knows is that Buddy got blooded. Black dude whooped up on the white boy, and he automatically picked up the white dude's side. Hey, you're supposed to be a professional. Like, by you being a delivery driver, that means somebody can spit on you. Y'all better leave people alone. I don't understand. Let me tell y'all something. All you Kens and Karens out there, everybody ain't playing. Everybody ain't scared of y'all. Everybody ain't scared of you calling the police. For some people, maintaining their dignity is more important than going to jail. Maintaining their dignity is more important than you just going upside, letting you go upside of their head or something, or disrespect them. Maintaining their dignity means something. So everybody ain't gonna accept that attitude you got, and you better be damn ready when it don't go the way you want it to go. Now y'all got plenty of evidence out there to support that this might not be the best move to make when you have these racist views, approaching people, accosting people, confronting people. That might not be the best idea, because you got examples out there where people got their asses whooped, and even worse. There are examples. Look it up. Why would you take that chance? Like if nobody's messing with you, nobody's bothering you, why create drama for yourself? Yeah, like why go actively create an enemy? If nobody's bothering you, you ain't bothering nobody. Life should be good. You should be happy. Nobody is impeding on your peace. You should be happy. Today should be a good day. The sun is out. There's a nice breeze. I hear birds chirping in the foreground. Yes. Yes. Today is a good day. Why not just accept that? Nobody I know is gravely ill. Nobody died. Got a little money in the bank. Why not just be cool with that? Let me just go, I really hate it. I hate him so much. Well, hey, God, hey, what are you doing? Bing, 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 bing. They're like a pinball machine. Bing, bing, bing. You just go. Leave people alone, man. Let yourself make it. Don't let him make it. Let yourself make it. Give yourself a pass to not get your head knocked off. We got another situation. This time, a Karen. Guess what this uncivilized mutt does, fam? She comes from around the counter at a Circle K and put hands on a pregnant woman. And they sent her straight to jail. Check it out.
This video released to 13 Action News by the victim's lawyer shows the former clerk, Shannon Walsh, throwing items at the customer. Then she comes from behind the counter and attacks the woman. Deria Francis Stukes says the assault caused her to lose her baby.
And then losing a child, whether it was a full-blown baby or just a small fetus, you still lost a child. And the way it happened, it was really, traumatizing.
The 40-year-old woman says she was 8 weeks pregnant when the clerk attacked her. She says she asked Walsh to cancel her transaction so she could use her Circle K fuel rewards to save money on gas.
She went on about why she couldn't cancel it. She was like, well, you're not going to get your money back right away. I wasn't concerned about that. I was like, that's okay. I have other money on the card. She was like, well, it's going to be on me if the money don't come back. And I was looking at her like, it just didn't make sense to me.
And that's when she says the clerk went off.
And I'm like, well, why are you being so nasty to me? and she said something racial to her friend, and then said something to a Caucasian male that was standing in front of her who was in line.
Walsh is seen hurling items at the woman and grabbing her. The victim's 2 sons saw their mom being attacked.
They didn't know what to do, and I had to tell my son to go get my husband, like while I'm trying to defend myself. My older boy, my 13-year-old, like, go get your dad.
Bowling Green police arrested Walsh, a 28-year-old from North Baltimore. In May, she was charged with assault. She pleaded no contest and was found guilty. Fast forward to this past Monday when a lawsuit was filed in federal court. It accuses the gas station, the clerk, and its parent company of negligence and assault.
Basically, our perspective is that the employee never should have been hired. The employee was not adequately supervised. The conduct of the employee was basically racist, and it was criminal.
I'm the store manager, and none of that should have happened. I apologize.
The victim says Walsh used racial slurs.
How am I an animal, and I didn't put my hands on nobody until I had to defend myself.
13 Action News reached out to Shannon Walsh and Circle K, but they have yet to respond for comment. And I'm told the victim's sons are in counseling because they witnessed their mother get attacked. The family is suing for more than $75,000. Lee, back to you.
Alexis.
Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock that uncivilized mud up. Did y'all see her kicking that woman in the stomach? Now, the thing is that, hey, the woman didn't hold back. Now, she was putting hands on her. She didn't just roll over and take a whooping. She was putting some hands on her. In fact, looked like she won the fight. But she lost the war because she lost her baby. That sounds like murder to me. That sounds like manslaughter to me, because if indeed a baby life starts at conception, that's murder. That's murder. Manslaughter. Yeah, she got to go. Now, this woman is a minister. Yeah, she's a minister, and her husband is a minister. Well, her husband is the pastor. And this happened at Circle K in Ohio. Circle K in Ohio. Minister Daria Francis. So she was traveling to Detroit from a church conference with her husband, Pastor Dathan Stooks, and their 2 children on May 23rd. The South Carolina family stopped at a Circle K in Bowling Green, Ohio, about 2 hours west of Cleveland, for gas. Bowling Green. That sounds racist. Anyway, instead, Daria forgot to add her Circle K rewards points to her purchase. So she asked clerk Shannon Walsh to void the transaction, according to local news channel WTV 13. Here's the thing, fam. So I've had to do that a few times, void a transaction. You know, maybe, something was accidentally put on the conveyor belt or whatever that I didn't want. And I'm like, hey, you got to take that off. I know it's an inconvenience, but that comes with the job. I'm talking to all you clerks out there. That comes with the job. Returns are part of the job. Sometimes you have to void transactions. That's normal. People that understand that, they just void the transaction. They do what they got to do, and then go, thank you, ma'am, and then you go on about your business. But once again, this chick was blinded by racism. She was hypnotized by racism, and she couldn't get out of her own way. So it didn't matter what was going on at that moment. She had already identified that woman, Daria, as the enemy. So Here's an elephant in the room a moment. $75,000. They must be from a one-horse, one-light town in South Carolina to be asking for $75,000. Baby girl, you lost a baby. A baby, a whole baby. Let me back up. You didn't lose the baby. She killed your baby. She killed your baby inside of your stomach. That's more than just trauma. That's a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And Circle K should pay it. Because you can look at her and tell she ain't got it. Well, you ain't got to look at her. She's a damn store clerk, so you know she ain't got it. But Circle K should absolutely pay it. And here's the thing. The manager came out and said hi and all this kind of stuff. And hey, apologizing. But here's the deal. The manager knew who she hired. These managers know. These store owners know. When they're hiring these racists, this ain't the first instance. She was too wild with it. She was too open with it. So that's not her first encounter. They already knew what type of person she was. Before it escalated and got that bad, they knew who she was. They hired her anyway. Same thing with these police forces. Police departments know who they're hiring. It's not an accident when they find out when a guy gets exposed for having neo-Nazi views, when he gets exposed for having a Nazi tat on his back. That's not an accident. That's not happenstance. They know who they're hiring. When they find out, oh, this guy had text messages with racist views. Man, they know. Their superiors got racist views. The person who hired them got racist views. That's why they hired them in the first place. All in the family. They got to hire people who they're comfortable around. I wouldn't hire a racist because I wouldn't be comfortable having somebody like that at the helm of my organization or my business. I wouldn't have somebody in a leadership role, or not just in a leadership role. I wouldn't have somebody like that working in any capacity in my company, because those type of people are cancerous. They got a demonic spirit. They bring down morale. They got evil in them. I don't want that energy on my business. I don't want that kind of energy on my business. So I would avoid those type of people. I wouldn't manage those type of people. I wouldn't work with those type. If I came into a company and I came across a person who was like that, I would immediately get rid of them. All those little tactics that they use to get rid of people that they know ain't right or they don't like, I do the same thing. I get rid of them. I will absolutely get rid of them. This is murder. You got to sue for millions. You got to sue for millions. The therapist got to get paid. The therapist got to get paid. The emotional distress for her killing your baby, the trauma, the injuries you suffered. Oh, you got to go out there and get some millions for that. I don't know who your lawyer is, but you got to get rid of that one immediately. You got to get rid of that lawyer and put him on blast so we can see, so we can know not to hire him. $75,000? The hell is that? That damn near sound like a joke. That almost makes the story unbelievable. The trauma she caused to the entire family. Nah. Yeah, I'd go after 100 million. I wouldn't be doing get 1 million, 5 million. No, I'm going. What's the most I can sue for? well, you can sue for any amount you want to, but I think, that's how the lawyer going to talk. You're going to be like, the lawyer tell you straight up, man, you can sue for $1 billion if that's what you want to do. But if you want to be realistic, we need to come up with a number. We need to make the numbers make sense if we want to be taken seriously. So I'm looking at that, and I know damn well if her lawyer advised her to sue for $75,000, that's got to be that's not even a lawyer with a license. That's got to be somebody who had dreams of being a lawyer someday. And, they came across her, she came across and said, hey, ain't you a lawyer? And they was like, well, yeah, what kind of, what you need? What's up? Oh, yeah, I think I can handle that for you. Oh, yeah, you ain't got to spend all that money. I can handle that. Either that, or she went to some kid in middle school who wanted to be a lawyer, and she was like, Little Ronnie, how much you think I can get for that? How much you think I can get for that case where that woman beat me up and kicked me in the stomach? I don't know, probably $75,000. No, fam, this is ridiculous. It's got to be more. It's got to be way more than that. They're gonna pay that $75,000 so fast, because they want to pay that $75,000 before they change their mind. I know with this story going viral, that's one of the biggest comments out there people are making. $75,000, hell no. Hell no, man. You talking debt. We got a whole human being that was murdered. Got a human being that was murdered. Look at her. And she got her ass whooped. Got whooped. I gotta watch that again.
This video released to 13 Action News by the victim's lawyer shows the former clerk, Shannon Walsh, throwing items at the customer. Then she comes from behind the counter and attacks the woman. Deria Francis Stukes says the assault caused her to lose her baby.
And then losing a child, whether it was a full-blown baby or just a small fetus, you still lost a child. And the way it happened, it was really, traumatizing.
The 40-year-old woman says she was 8 weeks pregnant when the clerk attacked her. She says she asked Walsh to cancel her transaction so she could use her Circle K fuel rewards to save money on gas.
She went on about why she couldn't cancel it. She was like, well, you're not going to get your money back right away. I wasn't concerned about that. I was like, that's okay. I have other money on the card. She was like, well, it's going to be on me if the money don't come back. And I was looking at her like, it just didn't make sense to me.
And that's when she says the clerk went off.
And I'm like, well, why are you being so nasty to me? And she said something racial to her friend and then said something to a Caucasian male that was standing in front of her who was in line.
Walsh is seen hurling items at the woman and grabbing her. The victim's 2 sons saw their mom being attacked.
They didn't know what to do, and I had to tell my son to go get my husband, like while I'm trying to defend myself. My older boy, my 13-year-old, like, go get your dad.
Bowling Green police arrested Walsh, a 28-year-old from North Baltimore. In May, she was charged with assault. She pleaded no contest and was found guilty. Fast forward to this.
So she gonna play the victim, right? That's the MO. Create chaos and play the victim. Here's another person who loves to create chaos and play the victim.
I believe there'll only be one country that really benefits, and it should be the United States, and it will be if we do this, if we're unified. We have to be unified. China is unified because they have one vote. That's President Xi. He says do it, and that's the end of that. We have a different system, but we have a system that's good, but we only have a system that's good if it's smart. David Sachs can...
Did y'all catch that? So Trump goes, yeah, in China, they only have one vote. She says That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's it. It's over. And then he catch himself right in the middle. He goes, yeah, but we have a different system and da-da-da. Trump really, really wants to be a dictator, boy. I mean, he really, really, really wants to be a dictator. This is a conversation over AI. This is him talking about how we need to be unified. This is the guy who is a divider talking about how we need to be unified. The gaslighting is next level with him. But this is him in the Oval Office, flanked by lawmakers and senior advisors, talking about China is unified because they have one vote. And he says, yeah, hey, President Xi says, do it. And that's the end of it. That's what Trump wants. That's what a lot of this is really all about. He really wants to be a dictator. He really wants to be the guy when he says, this is what it is, that's what it is, and ain't nothing else coming after that. That's it. That's it. He said, we have a different system, but we have a system that's good. We have a different system, but we have a different system that's good. He caught himself. The recovery was short-lived, though, because then he said, we only have a system that's good if it's smart. We only have a system that's good if it's smart. Never heard that one before. We only have a system that's good if it's smart. Trump's praise of China's centralized power structure ignited backlash across political spectrum, and particularly because it came as he unveiled an order designed to strip states of their ability to regulate emerging technology. So he said that he's pretty much saying the quiet part out loud, fam. He's pretty much saying the quiet part out loud. And the Republicans in Congress do nothing. Yeah, it's loud and clear. It's loud and clear. And the Republicans in Congress do nothing. Trump really, really, really wants to be a dictator. And here's the deal. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen in the United States, even though he's been getting away with a whole lot lately. Him being allowed to be a dictator, it won't happen in the US because there's too many people that's conditioned to think freely, to be free thinkers. I want to check something out real quick. I want to check this out really quick because as China rejects US-made AI chips. So that's one of the things that Trump is hot about is China rejecting those US chips. China don't want nothing from the US but money. They don't want nothing from the US but money. China is fully aware of the Trojan horse chips. China like, man, we ain't buying no chips from y'all. We know what y'all do, man. Y'all gonna have something in those chips to try to steal intelligence or to try to kill us or something. We ain't buying no damn chips from y'all. China is fully aware of the Trojan horse chips. Those tariffs are boomeranging. The tariffs has boomeranged, and Trump is putting everything on tariffs. That's not going to work. What he's going to do is he's going to make America continue to spiral into a depression or a recession, where people will be depressed. But America's going to spiral into a recession because just like he's imposing these tariffs, then other countries will do the same thing. And that'll drive up the price of the products. And as the price of the products go up, then it all is going to kind of like either balance off, or it's going to hurt the U.S. the most, because China is not reliant on U.S. resources, products. America is reliant on China products. If you go to China, you'd be very hard pressed to find an article of clothing or a product where you can look at the tag on it and it says made in the USA. Think about that. But we see made in China here all the time. In fact, guess what, MAGA? Those MAGA caps were made in China. How many of y'all knew that? The MAGA caps themselves were made in China. In China. Yeah. So what's the problem with the U.S. and in China? What's the problem with U.S. and China? The problem is jealousy. Trump talks a lot about the U.S. winning, but he says only the U.S. should win. Only the U.S. should take advantage of something. Only the U.S. Fundamentally, that's a problem. Because what he's basically saying is he wants the U.S. to succeed, but he don't care if none of the other countries around the world succeeds. That's kind of like saying you want to succeed, but you don't care if your neighbor succeeds. Well, guess what happens if your neighbor don't succeed? The value of your house come down. The safety in your house, the safety around you in your community tends to suffer. We have this only the strong survive type of mentality. That's here in the U.S. Only the strong survives. Winner takes all. Everything is about winning and see a fool, use a fool, take advantage, bullying. And it is that type of mentality that has Americans at each other's neck every day. It is that type of mentality that had Rob Reiner's son at his neck, literally, and his wife's neck, literally. It's that type of mentality. It's profits over people, products over people, personal over people, individuality over people. Everything is over people while we lie and talk about how we care about people so much. Even when you look at these foundations who raise all this money, they raise $1 billion and only $100,000 go toward charity. Most of the money end up going into the pockets of the executives and managers. It's cold-blooded, fam. But that's us, the greatest country in the world. That's us. Let's talk about Elon Musk, fam. Elon Musk is being accused of being a weirdo. Yeah, fam, they say you're a weirdo. He's doing weird stuff again. Yeah. So Elon Musk hopped on social media and he had some words for Sydney Sweeney, actress Sydney Sweeney. He was talking about her boobs. Yeah. Elon has left people baffled with his latest comment about Sydney Sweeney. Despite being the undisputed richest man in the world, the head of numerous international companies, and a father of 14 confirmed women by a bunch of different women, 14 confirmed children. The father of 14 confirmed children by a bunch of different women. Elon Musk sure spends a lot of time on social media. How do we have the time for social media when he's out here going to the moon? Like, man, like he's always going to the moon, trying to get to space and stuff like that. How you have time for that? How you even have time for that? Check out what he said about this woman, family. Ladies, y'all let me know, is this inappropriate or appropriate? This is what he said. This is what he said about her boobs. Can't be easy. So this is what he posted. He posted these two pictures. See, the first picture is what it looks like, and the other picture is how it feels. That's what he posted. Like, dude, why the hell are you concerned about a woman's breast and what they feel like some strange woman's breast? Like, you don't know this chick. So he said that in response to this outfit that she had on. Like, in fact, let me see if I can share this outfit with, let me see if I can I find a pic? Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna share this picture with y'all of this outfit that motivated him, the outfit that motivated him to make his comments. So check this out. That's Sydney Sweeney right there. Okay, so here we go. That's the outfit right there. That's the outfit. So he saw that outfit and he decided to comment. And his comment was this: can't be easy, what it looks like, how it feels. Like, okay, to his point, women who have big breasts can find themselves in some painful positions. They say that those big breasts put a lot of pressure on your back, on your spinal cord. You know, it hurts your shoulders and things like that. And that's why sometimes women have to have breast reduction. Women with large breasts have to have breast reduction surgery. But do you really believe Elon Musk care about that woman like that? Do you really believe he posted that as a warning for women? Like, hey, women, I'm concerned about y'all. Look, take care of yourself. Don't walk around here like that with the big breast, because, you know, you'll find yourself in a bad position. Homie, don't think so. This is just him being weird. You know, I bet you if they look deep enough into Elon's background, they will find a whole bunch of weird pictures, all kinds of weird pictures. Yeah, you might find humans having sex with animals and all kinds of stuff if they really dug into his background. He's a weird dude for real. He's a dude that you can tell he got 14 kids by all these women, and he don't spend time with only but one of them, from what I understand. So he's dealing with some type of trauma, right? He's trying to find himself because he is hurting. He hurt other people because he is hurting. And he don't know any other way to express himself. So he uses his platform, Twitter, to all day, every day, post hateful rhetoric, repost hateful rhetoric. That's what he does. Like most of the stuff that he posts, if he's talking about anything outside of his inventions, his businesses, it's all negative. Like it's all negative. He's either posting about some next business venture he has, or he's reposting stuff and posting hateful messages. That's what he does. So this is why him and Donald Trump got along so well in the beginning, but it's also the reason why they fell off, because those egos was just too damn big to be in one room. Two of the biggest egos on the planet. It was too much. Somebody had to go, and we knew that Elon would go first. We knew that, right? Yeah, this dude, all those kids, all those different women, he's pretty much, every time another child comes into the world, he creates another him, another version of himself, because ain't no way all 14 of those kids going to be good. Those kids are going to have major daddy issues, major. And at least one of them is going to look at their evil daddy and say, I want to be like dad. I want to be like him. At least one of them is going to be like that. So hurt people hurt people. Evil people birth evil people, birth evil people. Evil people raise evil people. Yeah. So, yeah, Elon Musk, yeah, that dude right there, man, he's just a horrible, horrible person. With all that money he got, he spends most of his time just spewing hateful rhetoric, just like Trump. Most of his time is spent spewing hateful rhetoric. And he's a billionaire, well, he got to be one now because he's been stealing his ass off since he's been in office. So I'm sure he's a billionaire by now. I don't think he was when he first became president the first time around, but I'm pretty sure he is now because he's been getting to the paper. His son-in-law just signed a $600 billion deal with the Pentagon. Yeah, he just got a loan from the Pentagon for $600 billion. You think Trump ain't getting some of them billions? Oh, he absolutely getting, he got to be a billionaire. Yeah, he absolutely is got to be a billionaire by now. Most people will say, man, if I had that kind of money, man, I'll just retire and I'll go live here or there and I'll just relax and I'll just spend all my days just chilling and having fun. And not them. They spend most of their time spewing hateful rhetoric. I don't even know where Elon finds time to do business. He got to have somebody else that he just sound off to and they go out there and execute because he spends too much time on Twitter. Trump spends too much time on his failed social media network, Truth Social. He spends too much time on there to actually be working, to actually be involved in shaping policy that's moving the country forward. He spent too much time on that social media. I don't even know how he do it. I'm not even the president, and I don't spend that much time on social media. I don't spend nowhere near the type of time he spent on social media. But that's your president. That's my time, fam. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next time, tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 12 noon West Coast, 3 p.m. East Coast.